Hi everybody, I hope this video is going to be helpful for my colleagues and students who, like me, who study in Malaysia and who want to come back to Malaysia to continue their studies after the COVID pandemic issue. I am now at the moment I am in Malaysia. I arrived yesterday on December the 17th. So let me just take you through the steps that you will undergo before coming to Malaysia and afterwards, and hopefully this is going to help you a lot in finding your way smoothly to Malaysia again. Let me start by saying that I am at the moment a PhD student at University Science Malaysia. I study simultaneous interpreting, and I live in Jordan. Every year I come for 1 month and stay here in order to proceed with my library work and to meet with the supervisor and to renew the visa, of course. So how did it all happen? Let me just guide you through the steps that you need to do in order to come safely to Malaysia without any issues and any problems. Let's say what I did. Now, first of all, my visa expired a long time ago. This is one. Now, the government of Malaysia gracefully was really generous by accepting us to come to Malaysia even if we have an expired visa without the necessity to apply for the VAL and other complexities. Step number one is that I submitted a renewal application to the university. This is the first step that we needed to do. The university asked me to transfer the money. I transferred the money through a friend. I asked a friend of mine in Malaysia to go and deposit the money in the EMGS account. This is what happened. Afterwards, the file was created in the EMGS portal. I waited for some time until I got a notification that the percentage of renewal jumped into 90. In the meanwhile, I also applied for travel authorization and got it in no time. It was very, very fast, in fact. So, after a while, as I said, it was about 14 days, I got the travel authorization. This is one which is very important. And the second one was the renewal application jumping into 90%. In other words, it was accepted by the immigration department. What's the next step? The next step that I decided, this is very important also, I decided on when I wanted to travel, and after deciding the date and before booking the ticket, I went to the embassy. I am required to have a single entry visa in this case because my visa is already expired. I went to the embassy in Jordan and paid 4 Jordanian dinars and got the visa in 2 days. Now I was ready to travel to Malaysia. But before that, there were certain steps that I had to do after consulting with the EMGS and seeing their website and seeing the requirements. The first one is that there is an application that you have to download on your phone. And this is a bit tricky, so let me just tell you what you should do. The application is called My Sejahtera, or I hope that I am pronouncing it correctly. My Sejahtera application. This is for you to be recognized as a person who has a specific status of COVID-19. You download it on your phone. This is the first step. Register, log in, and finish up with the details. Now here is the problem. The problem is that when you register this application on your mobile phone, it requires you to get a code through your messages to the phone. It sends a code to your phone. Now when you click it, what happened to me, I waited for hours, nothing happens. I registered again and again and again. It didn't work. Maybe there was an issue with the application. Maybe the issue is in my phone. I don't know. Maybe it's the Android system. I really don't know what happened. But probably because I lived in another country, so it makes sense that it doesn't go through. I mean the code. So I consulted with the EMGS and they told me in this case I go to the website rather than to the mobile application. I went to the website through my PC and registered successfully to the application. Got all the details and fed them into the the application credentials, login, username and password, and everything was very smooth. I got into the application. The next step now into the application, after filling in all the details, what I did was to upload the certificate of vaccination that I had. This is very important. If you have vaccination, you have to upload it. I uploaded that, and within, I think, a day or something like this, I got the approval of this certificate for the vaccination, and now my application says that I'm fully vaccinated with 2 doses and with all the dates there. So, in other words, the certificate of vaccination that was issued in Jordan is now recognized and approved in the application. With this being said, now there is nothing else that you can do other than this, and you are not required to do anything other than that before traveling to Malaysia. For the application, I mean the application. Now, before booking your ticket, what should you do? First of all, you should get your travel authorization, the single entry visa, and now the quarantine. The quarantine, there are 2 types of quarantine in Malaysia. The one is through the hotel, and the second one through home application. So you can decide which one is convenient to you. If it is in the home quarantine, you have to apply for that in the EMGS website. Go to the EMGS website and search for the option there and submit your application there. In my case, I don't have any house here in Malaysia, so I applied for the quarantine through the hotel. There are specific options that you can choose. There are, I think, 3 options only, and I choose one in the middle, not expensive, not cheap, and I am now here. It's called Hotel Royal. This is a very good hotel, it seems to be, and I am now in the room talking to you right now. Forget about the background information. These are the magic of computer, you know. We replace the background as we want. Okay. Now you pay the money for the quarantine, and this money includes the transportation to the hotel. Somebody will collect you, and it also covers the expenses for the what's called the COVID test, etc. Now, all of these documents should be printed. This is very important. Print out all of these documents that you have. It's very important that you make a printout of the quarantine arrangement and have many copies as possible with you. I will tell you later on why you need this printout. Also, print out the copy of the certificate and make several copies of the certificate of vaccination and also the negative result of the COVID. You have to print them out. You have to print them out. You have to print them out, all of them. Go and book your ticket in the airport. Usually when you go to the airport, what happened to me is that the staff there in the airline company checked every single detail. I gave them a bunch of paper and told them this is not important. They said, no, this is important because we want to check the quarantine. We want to make sure that you have a valid visa. We want to make sure that you have got a booking in the hotel. This is very important. Without this, we will not allow you to board the plane. They checked everything. Everything was fine. And they checked also on the application. They will ask you, show us the application on the mobile phone and turn it on so that we can see it works or not. In this case, what this means is that you have to get your phone, get with you also a power bank in case it is disconnected because of the low battery issue and to prevent any inconvenience with you. So bring this with you. In my case, what I did, just for precautions, because I don't want any delay whatsoever, what I did was to bring 2 phones. I had 2 phones with me, and both of them have the application installed on them. Both of them. This would have made things easier for me. Now I went to Malaysia. I arrived in Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur. You cannot go anywhere else. Because it's a quarantine, you have to go to Kuala Lumpur, according to regulations. And there, what happens? The first thing that happens to you after you board out of the plane is that there will be a sign, a very big sign with a QRC code. Get your mobile phone connected to the Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi of the airport, and scan the code. Once you scan the code, you are directed to a website for the application. And here you have to re-enter all the details. And it takes time. The passport number, the dates of vaccination, etc. But also it will ask you to enter, this is very important, to enter a number in Malay, a phone number in Malay. For my case, I entered the phone number of the hotel that I am residing in, and they asked me other questions, so I gave them also of a friend. I said, this is what I have, because I wasn't given any SIM card, or I couldn't get a SIM card. Now you go there, you take the passport and all the documents with you, and you show the application. You show it to the officers there. Some people are there waiting for you in a queue, and you are permitted to proceed forward. It depends now on whether you have home quarantine or the hotel quarantine. Anyway, you go there, and then you are asked to do the COVID test, the COVID-19 test. And here at this moment, at some juncture, I remember that I don't know which one came before the other, but anyway, the MySafe Travel from the EMGS asked me to show them the receipt of the quarantine that I paid. This is very important. They got it, checked it there on their computer, and then stamped it. They put a stamp and signed it. So it became an official receipt. You took that, and they told me to sit on the chair and wait. I asked them, what about the passports? They said, just sit there. I sat and waited for some time, and then they asked me to go to the passport officer in order to get my passport stamps. That was after I did the COVID test. I went there, and that was the final thing, is to stamp the passport. It's after you make the COVID test. And by the way, they are highly organized and highly professional. Although they did the swab very accurately they did it. It wasn't painful at all. They really know how to do, and they took 2 swabs from the mouth, from the nose as well. And it was really expedient. Very experienced, very organized people, and just thumbs up for them. They are very organized and very, 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 very professional in what they do. So I went to the passport, had my passport stamped. After giving him you put it in a bucket or something, and then they, with the passport officer, and then they call your name. You go there, they stamp it and give passport to you and ask you to leave, to exit. When you exit the passport control, the lady was waiting for me there, and she checked on my paper and asked me just to wait a little bit, and they called the hotel. The hotel sent the driver to me in order to collect me. The lady escorted me to the outside area of the airport until the driver came, and that was also after I got the checked luggage with me, and then we went to the hotel. It was a very long distance. It's a very long distance to the center of Kuala Lumpur, anyway. And in the hotel, I immediately was escorted to the hotel reception there, special one for the COVID-19 travel people. He gave me the room, and I am now inside this room. So that's all about what happens. I stay here for 7 days, and hopefully will be discharged on the 8th day. There will be other tests to be taken for the COVID, as I was told. They will tell me a day ahead that there is the COVID test. In the hotel room, you cannot leave it at all. So this is going to be a very good chance for some people who, like me, would concentrate on their studies and do not want any distractions. It's going to be a very good chance for us to concentrate on our studies and research. And I'm sitting here doing my research as well. So hopefully that's going to help you to understand what to do when coming back to Malaysia. Please, if you have any questions about studying in Malaysia and other things about the quarantine and issues, I'm here in Malaysia at the moment, and I can ask even some questions for you on your behalf if you have anything that I can answer or can get from friends or from whatsoever, especially after the quarantine is over. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope that's going to be helpful for you to have a safe trip to Malaysia and to enjoy your studying here. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.